earlier, and then some of the other action that we've had up to this point.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, I'm noticing on my mini-map, you're probably noticing too. Take a look at the mini-map.
Oh, great. Our mod. Okay. Well, that's exciting. My mini-map, my plan for mods was not work. I should have tested on things other than ocean. Great. All right. Well, we'll mess with that later.
Yep.
In the meantime, looks as if we're going, obviously an AC split here. Nobody really going to B early. Not overly surprising. Gearing, Zhao, Worcester, and Des Moines, and Yamato all headed over to the west.
Right, we see some early spotting from the ZR carrier there. Actually, both carriers as they're trying to figure out what the teams are doing. And over on the cute side, we see a bit of a push towards, well, they're definitely heading towards A, but there seems to be a little bit of confusion amongst their players. Some of them are heading towards south of B, others heading towards C. So it almost feels like they want to contest all three caps at the same time.
Well, that will definitely be an interesting challenge.
On your team, we've only seen 2 of the RIP players so far. We haven't spotted anybody else yet.
Well, we got a brief look at your entire team as one of the torpedo bombers made it through the center of the map early and got a look at everything, and then lost spotting essentially because they got tag teamed by a couple of fighters.
Yeah, we've got now Dragon Killer's torpedo bombers are in the backfield. They're starting to tell us a little bit more about your team's setup here.
I see them now. Yes, they're being chased down the A line here, all the way in the back of the map. So, who is that? That's Cute. Cute will have a pretty good look at the deployment here for RIP momentarily.
Yep. Yes, they're getting some shots into the Yamato. Nothing happened. Interestingly enough, the Hakuryu is now getting sniped at by our Yamato here, Kozu Motori.
Well, we see now the Cute gearing into the bottom end of B. That's a pretty bold play this early. He's got some nice island cover there, but it is a little surprising because now that they know where he is, he may have a hard time getting out of there. There's a Worcester literally right on top of him at the top end of the cap.
That's right. We see Worcesters on both sides of B cap right now. I mean, they've got their defensive fire, no-fly zone kind of set up there, so both cruisers are going to lock down the center of the map. It's going to force planes to look on either side to make a play.
Indeed. Well, the RIP gearing now into the top end of A, headed for cover. Must be radar, obviously spotted somehow, taking a good shot.
This right now.
Interesting.
Yes, I may have just screen peeked over there.
No cheating.
It's an old Nintendo 64.
No cheating.
Oh, we got some Yamato on Yamato action here as Ultra Real is going to take a broadside hit from Kozu, and not too much.
How much doing there?
SAT score. It's interesting seeing him in a Des Moines. I would expect to see him in a destroyer.
We see him mostly play lighter units, such as destroyers. Both teams on a cap now. 4 minutes gone, as everyone's still trying to jockey for position here. The RIP gearing is very much trapped into A. He's got some fighters nearby. I think he's probably gonna have a hard time getting out of there until they get pushed back a bit. It looks as if your gearing may have run down the channel to C.
He is currently heading to C. He's not in the channel. He's behind the islands.
Okay, he's south. Okay.
Yep, he's south of the islands. You're gearing just at the tail end there. I saw him get whacked a little bit by Destroyer Sashio and the Zhao. But there's Sneaky Snake right there doing what Sneaky Snake does best, which is sitting on the flank and being a pain in the butt in a cruiser.
It's one of the things that we love about him. He's very, very good with those cruisers. Both teams still just kind of working the flanks here. Now, the C flank I find interesting because RIP has no... I mean, their destroyer's on the other side of the map.
Right.
So Cute obviously has to know if they can sink a destroyer in here, they can bag this cap pretty quickly. RIP has a tremendous amount of firepower over on the 1-2 line. They have to be looking for a way to push right over here at some point, but they're not really oriented for it just yet.
Right. Absolutely. So I don't understand why we haven't seen Cute go in that much right now, and to see at least they've got the opening. They've got the ability to get in there. The Hindenburg's actually... beautiful counter, by the way, to Stalingrad because of their 1/4 HE pen. It's going to pen 50mm of armor.
Just trying to look at things over here. Some more shots coming in on Ultra Real. A little bit of chip damage there. Nothing bad.
You know, it's very interesting. You can tell this is the finals, right? Because last weekend, by this point, at least one ship had been like been completely wrecked or mostly damaged to the point where we're like, all right, this guy's got to pull back and heal.
Indeed.
But both teams very, very cautious to put their guns into the fight.
Well, they're very much, I mean, these, alone of the two matches we're going to see tonight, this match will determine who plays tomorrow, right? One of these teams is going home, and one of these teams will play again on Sunday. So I'm not surprised to see a little bit more conservatism, especially here in game one of the match.
Sure.
As we get deeper in, potentially where you find one team with down a game or maybe even possibly down 2 games, you might see some more desperation plays or things being a little more bold. But right now, just very cautious play. Cuter up a cap. Both teams just kind of working for long-range chip damage. No big hits that I've seen really just yet, as everyone's just kind of vying for map position.
Well, yeah, Cute is in a really good spot right now. They've got 2 caps. They're ticking up. They've got just under 7 minutes left, assuming nothing else changes, to win. So it's going to force Rip to have to do something. And they have to find that weakness in the Cute lines now, so they can start figuring out in the next 5 minutes where they want to be for their push.
Indeed. Well, and like I said, to me that push has to come over here on the 1-2 line. That's where they have the most force. Wooster, Zhao, and Gearing all moving in tandem now down the 1 line here. So they're obviously looking in this direction. I'm surprised to see that Ultra Real's Yamato is not moving up kind of with them, kind of moving through the A cap a little more central. Well, he is now. He wasn't for a minute there, but he's moving. I guess he's moving as fast as Yamato will move.
Right. Stalingrad is taking a couple of torpedo bomber hits here. He's going to take 2, maybe 1 more additional in the bow. Yep. So that will proc a flood, force a damage control, which is not what he wants right now under the guns of the Hindenburg.
No, you can. I mean, if I'm the Stalingrad player, I suspect that's what the Hindenburgs are here for, somewhat, so they can probably try and tag team him with Hindenburg HE wherever they can pin him down.
Now let's remember that the teams don't share their lineups, of course, before the game.
No.
So nobody knows what the opposite team's gonna pick. So of course, Cute is going in expecting to see a heavy Stalingrad showing in King of the Sea today.
Well, they're certainly armed for it, if nothing else. Sneaky now having to kind of ride the map order here to get turned around.
Check your Wooster on the 1 line here. You might take some torps.
Well, those torps were spotted a long time ago.
Okay.
It's Mechanics in the smoke. He's got it covered. No worries there. There was some great carrier spotting earlier. Picked those torps up on the way in.
Roger that.
And this cruiser push on the edge seems to have been turned around for the moment. There's a Zhao and a Hindenburg down there kind of keeping these guys in their place. Not really going anywhere.
Yep. It's a beautiful position here by DD-537 of the Montana. He's got his guns looking right at that smoke cloud, basically saying, you want to push, you're going to pay for it.
Really surprised we haven't seen right in the plums' Wooster try to get into B or C, right? Like he started off above the B cap. The Gearing basically capped it right in front of him, thumbing his nose at him like, haha, you can't do anything about it. Left the cap, went over to C, capped that, and here right in the plums is still just kind of working the island in between, going for damage. I think what we're seeing here is Rip's idea. They're gonna play for damage. They're gonna play for kills right now. But if they don't get onto a cap soon, they're going to run out of time.
No, there's 4 minutes left now. So the time to push is literally in 1 minute or less if they want to turn this around.
SAT scores Des Moines is working towards the top end of B. It's possible he might go stick his nose in there and start at least holding those points back.
That's really the only play. The only way they can get it is if they can get both of those ships into the caps to stop the point gain.
Right in the plums now moving forward here on the northwestern edge of the C cap. I think they're going to try and maybe... If they time this right, they could put both ships into the edge of the cap at the same time.
Yes.
And really leave Cute with a dilemma as to which one they try to slow down.
I think that's what they're trying to go with. Plus, they've got their Stalingrad over on the 10 line there, just ready to open up when these guys commit.
SAT scores pulled the brakes. He stopped for a moment. Now it looks like he's progressing slowly. He's still got a ways to go to get into the cap edge.
Yeah.
Right in the plums reversing. I guess maybe we interpreted that move incorrectly. I was kind of expecting him to get to the cap there. They were still working on only about 3 minutes left before they've got to do something. They've got to bag a kill or get onto a cap to slow down the timer.
Focus fire's been called on Ultra Real. I have a feeling that they want to make sure that Yamato stays defensive. He's in a very strong position to prevent Cute from going around the 1 line back into A in a counter push.
That's true. He's there. He's basically doing a great job of keeping those ships pinned where they are, kind of towards the center of the map rather than allowing them to come back west.
Exactly. Where's your Wooster and Zhao? Where's Sneaky and Mechanics?
Mechanics is going due east. He's on the G line. He's in G2. He's about to work in behind
There he
the
is.
western. Oh, there you go. The westernmost of those little 2 islands there on the southwestern side of A. Sneaky is still all the way over on the map edge.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have another death snail starting up here. Looks like as your gearing, I think, is going to smoke up the Wooster and possibly Sneaky as well.
Rip now 2.5 minutes here. They've got to get onto a cap or do something to slow this points game. It's been a pretty slow, steady, static game so far. Both teams trading shots.
Yeah.
The health on both teams roughly the same. Nobody's really major threat of going down. I suppose Ultra Real's probably as close as it gets here. They are focusing in pretty hard.
Yes, and DD-537 is being focused quite a bit as well. Looks like both teams want to get those battleships off the board. Those ships are able to, of course, wipe out entire cruisers relatively easily.
All right, SAT score now driving hard into the top end of B. He'll be on to B shortly as there's right in the Plums Wooster getting on to C.
Yep.
So we're going to contest both caps simultaneously. That'll stop Cute's points gains there at 8:54 and force them to respond to this play.
Oh, Ultra Real goes down.
Brilliant. Hakuryu strike comes in there. I missed it completely. I didn't even see the planes. Looking at something else.
I didn't either.
Wow. First kill of the game goes to Cute as they wipe out one of Rip's battleships here. They're all just shy of 100 points from victory, but being pushed hard here by Rip on the B and the C cap.
Great teamwork on the side of Cute there. Focus fire now being called out on right in the Plums and the Wooster there and C cap. I think they want to take him down. Dastard's coming in now with the Montana, trying to make something happen. Might be too late, though.
Well, let's see. I mean, if nothing else, there's no more point gains going up right now for Cute, so the onus is kind of on them to respond to this particular board position that Rip has staked out for themselves.
Oh, DD-537 is in a precarious position there. He's under 20,000 health. At least 2 fires going. Dastard's got broadside shots on him. He's down to 10k health now.
I did see that shot come in there.
We've seen DD-537 manage to keep his ship alive in the past, so we'll have to see if he can pull that off again.
Dastard with the shots out now as DD-537 falls near to under 6k. Torpedoes coming in from astern. Montana shells coming in from port.
That might do it. Nope.
1500 and falling, still burning astern. More shells coming in. He's got the heal going.
DCP and heal.
Oh! But Dastard does bag him finally as they do pick up B.
And Preteen goes down, taken out by DD-537's final shot.
That's a pretty good trade there if I'm Cute at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy with him.
Now they have surrendered control of all the caps.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. They're gonna have to do something about that themselves.
3 minutes now. Only 3 minutes remain. Only chance really is to get Motori into B cap. And now this is interesting. It's going to force Cute. They have to go for kills now. They got no choice.
Well, they've definitely been pushed into a position where they've been driven far enough back at A. They cannot get into A. It's just not going to happen. They have the ability to drive Motori's Yamato into B if they choose, and then Brenner's Wooster is down there. He could get into C if he chooses. But they're going to have to do something somewhere. Backing away from the caps is no longer an option for Cute.
No, 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in this game if nothing changes. Something's got to change for Cute to win.
Yep, they've got to give somewhere. Now, in theory, they could bag a kill. That would push them closer.
They are focusing Sneaky Snake now. He's at 12k.
Yep, Sneaky down here in the gap between A and B in this little island chain. Looks like he's going to have hard cover shortly. Spotted by fighters, of course, but
those fighters won't be there for much longer. And Sneaky's doing a great job of keeping the island between him and the Yamato.
Yep.
There's no way that he can get killed by Yamato.
There's zero chance he's going to go out there and get killed by that Yamato.
Less than 2 minutes remaining now.
5 minutes to play. The game just about tied here. Rip working back into a position, coming from a pretty good down deficit as they were down a cap most of the game.
Yeah.
They're still down a ship, but they have all the caps. 90 seconds to play here on Warrior's Path unless Cute makes a play.
And we have Isuzu Sento here might go down. He's at 9k health, down to 8k. Obviously, Rip is focusing him hard. The weakness, get him off the board. That
here come the Montana shells. There he goes.
There it is.
That flips the lead for good here. Rip now less than 60 seconds for a victory here on Warrior's Path unless Cute can come up with a play. Looks like Motori's Yamato is going to get into B. That's going to at least slow things a bit.
Yeah.
He's trying to get shots on right in the plums as Wooster, who's in this channel between B and C, doesn't have a shot right now.
But look at Dastard coming up saying, you want that shot? I'm going to get your cheek.
That's right. He's going to basically make him pay for it if he wants it. Vittori now having to turn away from the cap in order to present a better armor profile to Dastard's Montana here south of B.
Comes. Nope.
No, not much there. They do get into C.
Feeling it's too little too late, though.
They're really focusing right in the plums now. They think they're going to... They've got to try to get this kill.
That's it.
Oh,
Gearing goes down.
Yep. Wooster versus Gearing over at A seals the match as Rip takes game 1.
Well, Raptor, was that what you thought game 1 would be?